Why do you guys think the main reason the Northeast gets the worst reputation?
Because that's where they push like immigrant families, people with lower incomes, things of that nature, people from more ethnic backgrounds. So
You know,
it's like,
sorry to cut you off. It's funny you say that because it reminds me of someone telling me insurance is higher in the Northeast.
yo, it is, dog. No
And that
bullshit.
tells you that there's more people there. Everything's so congested. It's like, yo, and you look at it, it's like, yo, it's like they're trying to set up everybody over there to just struggle a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the same general concept where you put people into a certain set of circumstances that's going to make it more difficult for them to succeed. But I feel like those circumstances make the strongest people. To be real with you.
So if that's the case, because usually when it comes from those sort of backgrounds, is there a big community in the Northeast?
Yeah, hell
Definitely,
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Like
dog.
everyone eats, talks, moves. You don't carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. So how come I don't get it? I don't get it because it's like, why is it in these quote unquote urban infested places all around the world?
yeah.
They're the ones that usually have a more bonded community. They get each other.
You ain't got no choice but to, bro. You gotta. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes times get tough, so you gotta rely on people that are close to you. You feel me? And that's where you build that legitimate bond from. Like people I came up with, dog. Like I'll know them for life because it's like I remember our experiences and what we had to get through. Especially at a younger age when resources weren't as abundant. You feel me?
Yeah.
So would you say it's more of a struggle then? Struggle puts people together more than anything else.
50-50, right? Can riff or can
I don't
bring
know.
together.
I mean, because a lot of times when you make it out of the struggle,
Yeah.
you get the envy that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
whereas like a lot of people who grew up without the struggle, they're like, oh well, he's doing good. It's they're more receptible to like giving. I don't know. A lot of times when you come out the struggle, a lot of people are like, nah, you can't make it better than me or faster than me. Like we come from the same situation, but I guess
Exactly.
that's
Or people get mad because you ain't put them on, but it's
Yeah.
like you can't put everybody on, dog. Like, especially if you put yourself in position through like hard work and like grinding and so like strategically maneuvering through whatever your circumstances are.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you obviously like you're always gonna have love for people, but you can't put everybody on because it's like pouring from an empty glass. Like, it's not gonna be good for nobody out here.
Sometimes you're not even in position yet. They just see you with a little glow up and they're like, yo, I want a piece of that. It's like, yo, let me get there first. And
Yeah, that's
I'll
real,
bring
bro.
everybody on board. Like, just,
Cause if you peep game, like the way I see it, sometimes you gotta be like selfish, so to speak, in the short term. Cause it's like when you do that, allows you to be, to have more resources to allocate later on. You feel me?
I understand that. I always speak about my guy, who he's got his business back home. And in my head, I've known you from school, we've gone college, I was best man at your wedding, all of these sort of things. So once his business starts booming now, like big, in my head, you're supposed to put me on. In his head, I haven't seen you do the work.
yeah.
Right.
So this is my business. I don't want to just bring you in and you fuck up my business
If you're not
essentially.
prepared for it.
So let me see you do some work and then I'll bring you into something. I'm going mad because I'm like, what are you talking about? I've known you since 10.
I lie.
Yeah.
What are we doing? But he's like, no, I get it. But and I'm not going to lie, his business is booming. So I can't turn around and say, change your business model because we're friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes business is business.
Yeah.
You gotta
that's a
separate
fact.
it, you feel me?
That's a fact. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, money and blood don't mix too well sometimes, bro.
They don't. They don't.
But I don't know, dog. What area, like specifically, what area you come up in the city?
So me, bro, I grew up. I was moving every
Yeah,
week,
I know
couple
those.
months. You know what
I
I mean?
know
So
those.
Damn.
I grew up in pretty much every part of the Northeast, and then I went to go live with my grandma because, me and my dukes weren't seeing eye to eye. So I had to go live with my grandma in the Northwest, but I was always in the Northeast. So I grew up like Temple. I grew up Forest Lawn. I did Falcon Ridge, Castle Ridge. I did everything. Saddle Ridge. You know what I
feel you.
mean?
Okay.
But yeah, honestly, bro, like even for school, because in high school I was like, I'd have to take the train from the Northeast all the way down to my other school, and it was like, I love the Northeast, bro. Like even till this day, like I live downtown. I'm like, just the environment, the culture, the energy,
Yeah.
just feels
It's a different
nicer out
energy
there.
up
You know what I
there.
mean? It feels
Yeah.
better. It feels like home more so.
No bullshit, yeah.
Less judgment, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I could definitely see that, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes, like, I feel I can hold my own in certain corporate environments and shit like that, but they look at you different in those places. You feel me?
Definitely.
You know?
I can see that.
But that's why it's like you got to dress for the occasions, or you got to present yourself a certain type of way for certain occasions, because you got to realize like they don't care where you're from. They care how you present yourself.
That's
and
a
what
fact.
you
And
know.
whether or not you prepared to do whatever it is you got to handle
Exactly.
in
And
those circumstances.
it took me a while to realize that. Whereas like you come into a place, I'm wearing like a puffer or like, and you look around, everyone's wearing like nice clothes, and you're like out of place, but you got to sit down and really think about it. It's like even smelling like weed. Like I used to come in there smelling like weed. Now it's like if I'm gonna smoke, I'm smoking like I'm back at home with my parents. Like I don't want no one to know I smoke weed. I want to come in there and make sure I'm presenting myself as like someone that wants opportunity or wants to be, you know, taken seriously, not just some guy who smells like weed, dresses like that.
Yeah,
That's a
because you know
fact.
they're just gonna judge you off the weed smell. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, of course.
Right? That's why you off the rip. This guy.
Yeah, that's everyone's
that's
first
a
look. You know
fact.
what I mean? They're like, and then, honestly, I don't care. Like, they smell that weed. They look around and it's like a
like,
couple
who's
niggas
that?
over there. It's like it has to be them ones.
Has to
you
be
know?
gold.
Gotta be something going on over
It
there.
has to be them
It's
niggas.
a fact.
This is why even when we pulled up to the award show, we made sure that
Yeah, looking crispy.
we looked
bro.
good for the
Looking
award show, just to
crispy.
make sure. You feel
That's
me?
you know what's crazy? I didn't even know that award show was going on.
Bro, they don't promote this shit too well. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like I did not know. I would have came. I would have showed love. I saw you guys' thing. You're like, why didn't Calgary show up? And I'm like,
Facts.
shit, I didn't even know about it. Like I would love to. Even like I saw this one thing. I forget. This guy just won an award for like RBC Emerging Artist, and it's like, where's the promotion for this shit? Where's this
opportunity?
like,
That's a fact.
you
This
know?
is the thing, though, bro. You got to remember, we said this in the last one, but no one's really promoting that sort of stuff here. So you won't know unless you know.
Unless you know,
Real.
yeah.
You feel me?
But see, my thing is this, like, not to interrupt, but I feel like we kind of got to be that conduit to like be tapped in with all these different opportunities and then disseminate it to the people who wouldn't otherwise be aware of it. To be real with you.
All right, but you say that though, but let me give you an example. Let's just say last year's one. Yeah, last year's award show. I made sure to promote it. I made sure to say to artists, come, you need to put yourself forward, do this, do this.
Right.
Now, let's just say I message 50 artists in the city and say, hey, yes, $25 a submission, but
It's a good
we
opportunity.
need to
Yeah.
to go.
Because
And
I ain't
then
gonna hold you. That opens doors. Even being nominated.
But then
opens
3
doors.
people do it.
Facts.
And then when the award show happens, oh, why didn't I know?
cheese,
And why
eh?
didn't...
Yeah.
Bro, you lot didn't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
There's a system here. Let's just abide by this. No, it's rule. Let's abide by the system for the moment.
Yeah.
Get in the door at least, and then we can start doing what we're doing.
That's a
You feel
fact,
me?
bro. That's a fact. I ain't gonna hold you. Riz always be putting me on game with the same thing. You know, he's like, sometimes you gotta play the game.
You have to.
You know?
You have to. If we pulled up there, let's just say, if everyone pulled up there and was on their best behavior, yeah, but we all looked good, and then you see how they was taking the photos.
Yeah.
Imagine all of us as a collective
moving as a unit.
took a
That shit
big
would
picture
look
together just to
fly,
show
bro.
that we're here. You feel me?
Too flat.
It shows people, oh, there is a scene here.
And
They
it's
can
unified.
behave,
And it's unified.
and it's unified.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You
right?
feel me? But until that, it's gonna be the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
Especially because Calgary's not even Calgary, like Western Canada is a corporate sort of place for music. Like, you know, like you can get away with going to the club scenes
so
in
bad.
Toronto, but here it's
Yeah.
like you got to do the clean shows, you got to do the like CTV, whatever it is. You know what I mean? You got to do all those shows because realistically, it's like if you don't, you're gonna be in this club scene and realize that the club scene, no one really.
It's not really popping. Like
You're
that.
not
not
popping
popping,
like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the normal life. This is the thing, bro. How can we? I've said this to Prophet. I said this to Riz as well before. When big artists come to the city, they instantly pack out Palace. Everyone's going. All of this sort of stuff. How can we get those fans?
That's a fact, dog.
How
I
do we
ain't gonna
get
hold
those
you.
people
'Cause if you
to come to our shows?
Bro, if you peep game though, the other thing is this: it's like oftentimes it's artists attending shows. Like, how do you? The question is, how do you tap into the bigger demographic of actual listenership? You know, because it's like it's almost as though people are trying to cater to and market to their competition to a certain extent. You know,
No, but this is the
But
thing. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
My whole thing is this though. There's a system in Calgary, I feel. And I've always felt there's a system in terms of how to get yourself known, how to do things. And in reality, bro, you have to play the game.
yeah, that's real.
You have to.
That's
So
real.
just for me, this is my own views in terms of things, yeah? Just seeing how all of the artists have progressed and everything. Just for me, I feel like for you to get anywhere, you should have to get a grant or let Alberta Council know of you.
Of course.
A lot of the independent route, I feel like maybe if you got a grant and done something with them once, then took the route,
It's open doors.
it's open because now they're like, okay, we know who they are, but now you can do your own thing if that makes sense.
Right.
But for any starting artist, grant writing is long, but there's people out there that will help you.
Yeah.
You then need to be consistent because a lot of these artists now, you'll find that they're not releasing nothing until they get a grant.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I mean?
noticed that too, dog.
So they'll apply for a grant in January, sit on music until July, might not get the grant, and then will then say, oh, okay, I'll put out music here. No. Consistent. So let people know what you're doing. Don't do that stuff. It's played out now. I'm going to release a song every week.
Yeah,
If you ain't got fans, that don't make no sense.
yeah, it's no point.
It's like people putting out albums and you ain't got no listeners. It's your friends. Do you understand what I mean?
But
Yeah.
I feel like people, I don't know, some people, especially if they're starting off, it'd be a good look just to drop little freestyle videos here and there, you know, like so you can.
You can rap.
You have to
Yeah,
though.
that's a
You have to
fact,
drop the
dog.
pebble to see where it goes, to see how
Yeah,
big
see
of
the-
a
see the
ripple you
ripples.
make, and then
Facts.
you go based on that, and then you start saying, all right, yo, I'm gonna start doing this because this pulls in this much. Like you have to do something to see what happens, right? What is it? Something reaction to get reaction, some science shit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Equal and opposite
We all went to
reaction.
school,
Yeah.
man. Don't leave me here
Heard that
talking
one.
like I'm crazy.
No, but it's the truth. It's like, but it's just it's the process of music, bro. Like, you have to be sharpening your sword constantly. You have to be doing different things, listening to different music, so you can actually learning about different pockets and different things.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna push that. A lot of artists in the city don't know how to count bars. They don't know. No, it's not a bad thing, but I'm gonna be real. They don't know how to count bars because there's a lot of ciphers and things we've done where I know, okay, the beat's gonna drop in 4 bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're telling me, no, replay it from the beginning.
Yeah,
So they
that's a
can.
fact.
And I'm like, no,
So
you
you
can just
catch
jump into it. That's one.
Oh, say weird.
Yeah.
Second, a lot of people
crazy.
don't know similes, metaphors,
They don't know how to construct a punchline,
The
bro.
scheme,
It's fucking tragic.
all of this
out
sort of
here.
stuff. These are the things. I understand the turn up stuff, but you know what it is? All of these artists back in 2018, your fans are grown now. They're smoking weed and they're drinking. Like, you need to cater to people
Yeah, that's
in the
a
same
fact.
sort of demographic. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
You gotta evolve with the audience.
Yeah, Travis
Hell
Scott
yeah.
and all of those big artists, their fans are growing with them, if that makes sense.
That's what Joe Budden was telling
real.
Drake when he dropped the album. He's like, fam, I don't want to hear none of that stuff with, what's his name? With the one artist.
Lil Yachty.
I think it was Yachty or someone else, but he was dropping with a young artist. Like, nah, let's hear some mature shit. You've been doing this now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
let's
fact,
hear
bro.
something else. So
Even-
I get that still.
Even, what do you call it? Tyler just dropped his trailer for his album that's coming out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
tough.
And Frank's on the hook. Frank's
Oh,
back, bro. He hasn't
crazy.
made music in years, bro.
Years.
Yeah.
Oh, left.
But it sounds Tylerish, but it's growth, if that makes sense.
Bro, he always shows progression with
Oh,
every
yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Always.
He's
Like, you
under. I
need
feel
to.
like he's one of the newer generation's goats.
Yeah,
I agree.
can see
He's
that.
always been so like talented and intricate, and just like the way he presents his music is a lot different than like a lot of people. You know what I mean? He has a story behind it, or like
That's a fact.
it just looks aesthetically correct. You know what I mean? Like it comes.
The rollouts, the videos.
But another
Everything.
thing that I was gonna touch on when you're like, yo, artists need to sharpen their knives. A lot of artists, I feel like they sharpen their knives, but they're sharpening it in silence. You know what I mean? So might not necessarily be releasing once a week, right? But they're ready to approach it in a way where it's aesthetically pleasing. Whereas most people prefer to release it and say, yo, you should just release what you have. A lot of artists want to release stuff, but they want to make sure it's at that level where they're content because they know where they're at. You know what I mean? Like that's like for me. Like I just dropped that EP or whatever. It was those songs are like super
old.
super old, right?
I
Like
can see it.
not songs that I really care about. But realistically, in order for me to get to the songs that I've made last week, I have 20 songs that I want to actually get out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A single a week isn't going to cut it. You know what I mean? That would take a lot of weeks. 25 weeks is like half a year. It's like, it's not going to really cut it, you know, when you're trying to get there. Because by the time you're 6 months in and you're like, you know what? I just dropped all these songs. You made 10 more tracks. You know what I mean? It's like constantly catching up. So you can't grow. You can't grow with the audience because everyone thinks this is who you are now because you're present release, you
But
know?
if you peep game, dog, like this is why I say people shouldn't hold on to music, number
Yeah.
one, but also this is like yo, it might be old to you, but it's brand new to your audience,
That's
dog.
true.
And they're expecting to hear something from you.
No, I agree.
You feel
See,
me?
from a producer's standpoint too, what I love about that, like a lot of the hard tracks you guys are hearing, bro, they're beats that man's be having on the laptop from like
Just
8-10 years
yeah,
ago.
from
Eh?
time.
I
That's
be
a
watching the
fact.
videos and man's like, yeah, bro, I had this on my I didn't even like this one. I just had it. I'm like,
Facts.
bro, that's tough though. It shows
Yeah.
you how like a man from like 10 years ago picked that up and be like, yo, that's it right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when it was made. That's just it.
Exactly.
And then we're hearing it thinking that's the sound for today. That's a beat from 10 years ago. The old steel drums. You know what I'm saying? We're ripped from Reddit. Like that's what man's are using.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
yeah, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I just feel like a lot of the newer artists now are scared, and what I mean by that is, you see it, Prophet. I'll make sure wherever we are, let me hear some bars,
Right.
because by the fourth time I see you, I shouldn't hear the same lyrics.
Same, yeah, this is
So
same
what
16.
I've realized about a lot of artists, they'll rap, but they don't
shit.
have lyrics, and then that's where it's like, oh, you know, nah, bro, you should have something.
Yeah.
It should be there. You feel
I
me?
always got something just ready.
You have to.
you
Ready.
need
You
to
have to.
still.
But again, I feel like it's gonna take something big happening, or a massive like funk flex or something to happen or come. And what's gonna happen is someone's gonna fuck up. And it's gonna show everyone in the city, shit, we should have been on point. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Damn.
I think someone's gonna get a very big opportunity and fumble it, bro.
Damn, you think it's gonna be like that?
Yeah,
Someone has
I
to
know,
fumble it, though.
it's gonna sound. I know it sounds bad, but I genuinely feel that.
That's
Because let's be honest. Like, there's rappers, there's artists in the city, but there's probably we can count on 3 hands artists that we feel are the serious ones,
That's
or
real.
that will actually put work in, and they care about the music, the instrumentation, the lyrics, all of this sort of stuff. But there's a lot of artists as well that are not on that sort of level, but they get more opportunities because they're in the same rooms as certain people.
They play the corporate game a little bit.
Exactly. So let's be honest. We know, like, let's just say Funk's Flex did come to the city and hollered at Alberta Music or the council or whatever and said, all right, pick 3 artists.
They'd probably put the wrong people in that
Oh, yeah.
room.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I already know which ones that would go up there too.
Yeah. We ain't going to be that sort of podcast this season.
It is,
do that.
what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But no, it's real. This is what I mean. It's like, I know whenever I'm speaking to my guys and they say, oh, show us some music from, I know who I can say, okay. But I shouldn't have to do that. I should be able to say, yeah, man, go look at all the artists.
Yeah, I know you're saying
Yeah,
like
but
everyone's
I'm
tough.
carefully selecting, okay. And when I'm carefully selecting them, I'm also carefully selecting certain songs.
Yep, you have to be selective in this.
Yeah, no, I should be able to say, no, the scene is booming. Go look at this person.
Look at this
fact.
album. The whole
Yeah.
album just.
I
go.
like it.
Yeah,
You know
that's
You
what I
understand what I
real.
mean?
That's very
Like, let's be
real.
honest. Who has had one of the most solid projects out of Calgary in the last 5 years?
Let me think. It's a few. It's definitely a few.
Tell me.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna put myself up there.
All right, we'll put you
I
there.
dropped 2,
100%.
We'll
bro.
put you there.
100%.
Who else?
Out of Calgary.
Out of Calgary, yeah.
Yo, help me here.
I'm thinking, man, and it's tough
See,
though.
I don't listen to nobody's
One way
music from
tickets,
here.
full body.
Upset like Marines, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Say, wait, hold on. Say it again.
K-Riz.
Yeah,
One way
easy money.
ticket.
yeah.
But he's, I don't know. Sometimes I look at Riz as like an Edmonton and Toronto export. But yeah, like if we're talking
Yeah, so
currently residing in Calgary, absolutely. Riz is
full
definitely
body.
in the mix.
would you class Lotus Chrome's album as an album or as an E EP?
I mean, let's say project.
It's a project, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say she's got a full body project?
Yeah, I would say so. Relatively.
Does Malika?
Malika has Malika definitely has a good project. She showed a range on there, but I think that like it's still early, so she's gonna show a lot more growth in the years to come. Yolanda, I ain't gonna hold you. Yolanda's
she put
hella
out her
consistent.
project. She put out her project. Was it this year? Or was it
Bro,
last
she
year?
drops every fucking year, bro. Like Yolanda's hella consistent. She has like a discography, bro. She just doesn't have
Yeah,
one
she
project.
already has her shit
like,
up top, bro.
Cool. All right, so we just named 4.
Yeah.
You see how hard that was?
Yeah.
Without being
It shouldn't
nah,
be
it's
that
true.
hard though. I know
It
what you're
shouldn't
saying.
be
It
that
shouldn't
hard.
be that
I
hard.
know you're saying stuff.
Brother, there's artists in this. Bro, where's Sincere?
Sincere has dropped. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a big fuck up. Sincere has dropped some quality projects. T, when he was dropping more consistently, Kid T, bro, his mixtapes were booming, bro. I ain't gonna hold you,
They
though.
had their issue, their slight issue.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was waiting for a little response on that.
I think, if I'm honest, I feel like T has something up his sleeve, but he hasn't
Yeah,
said
he
nothing to
definitely
no one.
does.
Because I don't think
Definitely
it
does.
bothers him as much.
He
T-
used to, but not anymore. I think he sat back a little bit. I got to chop it up with him for a bit, but he's got something up his sleeve for sure.
I just say this, you know what it is? When it comes to the Kid T, yeah, I'll be real with you. I feel like the Kid T, as a rapper, is one of the most well-rounded sounding, looking, videos, his whole image,
He had a package. He got the
streams,
package. That's
rapper,
real.
how he carries it. You go on his Instagram, everything about it.
Hell
He's
yeah.
just a ghost. He's just a ghost. That's all
I
it is.
think he's gonna pop out sooner or later, bro. Because he said October, did he not?